Hi there and welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Have you had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel yet? If not, take a second, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to like and share. Do you have traditions in your family? Maybe they're cultural traditions. Maybe they're just traditions your families have started. I thought today we could look at the importance of traditions. I remember growing up, we had a couple of different traditions in my family, especially around the holidays. So Christmas was one of my favorite times. Christmas Eve would be spent with my dad's side, who was Italian. And the tradition was we would go to Mass, and then we'd go to my Zia's house, my aunt's house, for a big meal with my family. It was great. We would play games, we would have lots of fun, and the family would get together and celebrate the holiday. My mom's side would be Christmas Day. And we had other traditions. Now my mom's Canadian, and she brought us up with Santa Claus and ensuring that before we went to bed on Christmas Eve that we left a note and cookies and milk for Santa. We also would have a big turkey dinner with my aunt and uncle, and my cousins would come over that day. We'd open gifts, we'd have a traditional Christmas breakfast, which my mom would usually make some concoction, and looking back, oh my goodness, yuck. It was something to make her life easier. It was a casserole. And it had egg and sausage and cereal. It was just nasty. Anyways, sorry, Mom. It was terrible. But it was easy because she would put it in as we would open gifts. And then we'd all have breakfast, we'd clean up, and then start to get ready for our guests. One of the best traditions about Christmas Eve is we have my grandparents, my grandmother and grandparent, come and stay overnight to help prepare and be there for Christmas morning with us. I loved it. I loved all of our Christmas traditions. But as we got older, traditions started to change. We didn't believe in Santa anymore. The family thing still went on for a while, but then my cousins started to get married, and all of a sudden the group of people on Christmas Eve was too big. So we stopped going there. And then as I got older and grew up and got married, traditions had to shift. You now have in-laws to consider and other sides of the family to spend time with. Traditions had to evolve. But there's one tradition about Christmas that has never changed. And that was something my mom started. I think probably my grandparents started it on her side, but it was every Christmas Eve we would get a brand new pair of pajamas left on our bed to wear so that we had it, so we were dressed appropriately to open gifts. And it was something we look forward to. And traditions are great because we can pass them along generations. So when my nephew came to live with us, we started a tradition with him. We give him a new pair of pajamas. Now, we have to be mindful that not all traditions will work for all families. And even though traditions from my side of the family perhaps may not work for my husband's side, and he may have traditions that I'm not used to. And so we have to learn about the different traditions. But most importantly, we need to make traditions of our own so that we can share that with our family and carry them on. Now, some traditions when it comes to religion or cultural backgrounds are very specific and have to be followed exactly to the T. And that's a good thing because it helps shape our young ones to learn the value of the background and the culture. That being said, when you move to a different country that maybe not practice all the same traditions, you have to also learn to adapt these traditions. You can definitely do it in your home, but you have to realize that at school, not all traditions are going to be followed. So there may be holidays, and in Canada we're trying to be more diverse and more inclusive, talking about all the different types of holidays and traditions that are out there. But things in different countries we have to be able to adapt to and be okay with the fact that there's multiple traditions in the world. Traditions can be something that is based on legacy that have been handed down from generations to generations. It could also be something that's just specific to your own personal family. Traditions are fun to remember and to think about because it's part of our childhood. But it can also bring some sadness when people pass and they're not there to relive the traditions with us. What kind of traditions do you have in your family? I think about it all the time about my family and the different traditions we had growing up. And then I look at our lives now and how traditions have definitely morphed into different things. Half of the holidays we don't even spend together anymore because we all have our own lives. We have a nephew who's going to be 15 this month. I can't believe it. And he's grown accustomed to some of our traditions, but he's across the pond in England. We have a brand new nephew coming this month as well. So exciting. And he's going to be brought up with different traditions, not only from our family, but from his father's family as well. Traditions will grow and change over years as generations change. But it's always important to look at where the traditions are started and to reminisce and be thankful for traditions. Whether you follow traditions or not in your family, it's good to learn about different traditions in the world, to be more well educated about what's important to different cultures and backgrounds. Because the more traditions we learn about, the more educated we are. And then we can select what traditions we choose to follow. Take some time. Think about the traditions in your life. What ones do you like? Which ones do you think are worth sharing? Let's talk about the different traditions that are out there. I'd love to hear about what traditions you follow, whether they're holiday based or just something your family does. Maybe it's an annual barbecue or annual picnic, or maybe it's something like a family reunion. Let's talk about it. Share in your chat. Until next time, create a tradition. Think about what you want to carry on your legacy for your family. Whether it's your personal family, your friend family, or anybody, just share. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and we'll catch you next time. See ya!